Today we're going back to school like Rodney Dangerfield. Welcome to the campus of George Washington University, the second oldest in the DMV. Although it was founded back in 1821, it actually looks pretty modern. In this series we will wander its central plaza, which includes a Veterans Memorial, and check out buildings such as the library, law school, and textile museum. We will dodge approaching students selling donuts for fundraisers, and also spend time browsing inside the campus store. We will see cherry blossoms in full bloom, admire some George Washington statues, and pretty much just take in the campus vibe. On the outskirts, we will see the hospital where President Reagan was taken after his assassination attempt, as well as swing by the Uruguayan Embassy. Let's get educated! And now we're at a cool kind of campus oasis in the middle of the city. Very peaceful, just a green area. This is Bell Hall. Kind of looks like it might be student dorms. I don't know, just strikes me that way. Having lived in them myself back in the day, but not here. The Revs, very appropriate, being a university named after George Washington. Yeah, really cool campus. It has a bit of a mix of kind of old school architecture and pretty modern buildings. It kind of seems like it edges more towards modern stuff. It does feel more modern than traditional, whereas Georgetown University feels very traditional. And there is a statue of George Washington himself from the back. Let's take a closer look. Yeah, you can tell even from the back that this is him. Of course it would be, being where we are. And there he is. Of course, this is fasces, which you see all over the place. But I'll save that for another video to explain fasces. George Washington. So we are at a very interesting spot here at George Washington University. And down here at my feet is a line. That is what this is about. And what is it? It's called the American Meridian. So the plaque reads, to your left is the hemisphere of the Atlantic, the hemisphere of Europe and Africa, of Roman numerals and Indian script, of the Silk Road and the rising sun. To your right is the hemisphere of the Pacific and the American West, the hemisphere of Japan and China, of calligraphy and rocketry, of towering volcanoes, and the starry night. Beneath your feet is the line that divides the two. From 1848 to 1884, the United States of America marked the center of its world at this line. Before it accepted the meridian at Greenwich, England, as the prime meridian, the United States separated the world into eastern and western hemispheres along the American Meridian, a line that originated at the old U.S. Naval Observatory and passed through this point. And as a side note, the U.S. Naval Observatory is the home of the Vice President of the United States, whoever it may be at any time. This meridian was used to survey the western states, and the straight borders of those states are measured in integral degrees from this point. And then they have some borders of Wyoming, Colorado, Oregon, also borders of Arizona, California, Idaho, Kansas, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Mexico, North and South Dakota, Utah, and Washington. And on the bottom it says to the left, American Eastern Hemisphere, to the right, American Western Hemisphere. And again, here it is, right below us. Once upon a time, this was a big deal. Now people around me are looking at me like, what the heck is this guy doing? But this is the line right there, the American Meridian. And we will continue our tour around George Washington University. George Washington University Law School. Nice red brick building. And seems like law students here really like Lime scooters, unless it's just a coincidence. And there are squirrels running around. Look at that. That is something. And the reflection is incredible of what's across the street. So we actually happened to chance upon the Embassy of Uruguay. You can see there, Embajada del Uruguay. And I was actually there not too long ago. It's an amazing country. Great beaches, Cabo Polonio. Go to Cabo Polonio. But Uruguay is one of two countries that has a sun with a face on it, like an emoticon. So that's a great trivia question for trivia night at the bar. The other is Argentina, which is their neighbor. So we are outside the George Washington University campus store. And if we take a look through the window, it almost looks like it could be a Walmart or Target or a big shop in the mall. So let's go ahead and go inside and see what they have.